What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Stats Aren't Silly, back with another bang banging video. And on today's episode, I wanted to do a real quick review of this awesome whipping mounted light. I've always wanted one. I've always been dealing with surefires and all my rifles, whether it was my duty rifle in the military or my personal rifles. I always went with some sort of model of surefire, and I wanted to switch it up, and I always wanted a cloud defense. Today's review is going to be the Cloud Defense REIN 2.0. That is today's episode. Jumping right into it. So the Cloud Defense, man. Cloud Defense have always been one of those top tier companies that I've always wanted to get into, but they're a little bit on the pricey side. For example, this REIN 2.0 right here, right out the gate, depending on where you are and where you get it from, it's going to run you anywhere from $350 to about $380 beans and potatoes. For those of you who don't know, I'm not going to mention actual money value because YouTube is going to try to demonetize my videos, so I'm going to be referring to any price as beans and potatoes because we're talking about beans and potatoes, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, so this is the box that it came in right here, the REIN 2.0. I know it's white, it's going to be it's probably going to be blown out because of the brightness that's in here right now, but this is the Cloud Defense, the REIN 2.0. This is the full, not the micro. The micro is a little bit shorter. This is the full length version. I'm going to read off some of the specs for you guys. So the REIN 2.0, it's a whopping 71,000 candela and 1100 looms. It's a 20% increase in candela from the Gen 1. It's considered a proprietary military grade lens for optimal 5200 kilowatts of light temperature. Like I said, this is the full size lens. It's 5.9 inches. It's a whole 0.300 millimeters shorter. So the size of the head, if you look at the head right here, this head, the size of it is going to be 1.2 inches in diameter. It's 15% smaller from the Gen 1s. The weight of the light itself is 7.2 ounces, not including the mount. The mount doesn't weigh anything. The mounts are like super light, man. They're like 0.6 ounces or some crap like that. And it's also back with a lifetime warranty. So what's included in the box when you get this thing, when you order a REIN 2.0 light, you're gonna get the weapon mounted light. Of course, it's gonna come with a complete remote switch, which is the remote switch right here. So you guys can see, I'm gonna try to get some B-roll so you guys can see that. It's gonna come with Picatinny rail mounts and all hardware, the Cloud Defense battery that's rechargeable, and it comes with a charger. So for that price, you're getting the battery, you're getting the charger, you're getting the light mount, you're getting the remote, and you know what I'm saying? So technically that's kind of a good deal, because with a lot of other companies, you might just have to buy the light, but then you have to buy the mount separate, and then you have to buy the remote separate, and then you have to buy the battery separate, and then you gotta buy the battery charger separate. So for the amount of money that you're actually paying for this, you're actually getting a good deal. So I'm gonna go ahead and crack the box open. As you can see, the light's already mounted, and I have the Cloud Defense 45-degree offset on here. We're gonna get into that as well. When you order the light itself, this is the box it's gonna come in. Just typical cardboard box, nothing special. You're gonna have the light in there. It's gonna come with the Cloud Defense battery. It's the 18650 lithium rechargeable battery, Cloud Defense. It's gonna come with that. It's gonna come with the portable dual charger, so you can actually charge two batteries. It's a dual charger, so you can actually charge two batteries at the same time, or you can put one when one's in the weapon. You can have one charging, and whenever you gotta change them, you can just swap them out and just continue to charge your battery. So make sure you get two. It only comes with one battery, so I would just invest and buy the second battery just so you can have that second battery, just in case something happens to your original battery, then you have a backup battery. Alright, so it also comes with the instructions and it comes with the warranty card. Nothing special. Comes with all the screws, tools, and hardware you need to install the light. So you literally just take it out the box and you can throw it on your weapon. Let's go ahead and put the stuff back in here. Alright, this is the original mounting system that came with the REIN. With the Cloud Defense REIN. This was the original mounting system, and I'm going to throw a picture on it because I took some pictures and video when I first had it originally mounted. It was mounted almost exactly like this on my 300 blackout. It was mounted to the side like that. I'm going to put a picture so you guys can see. And now with the 45-degree offset, the 45-degree turret, it's called the turret offset. This is it right here. This is what it looks like. This is the packaging. It's called the turret light mount with the 45-degree offset. Let me put this back in here and then put this original mount in here. I like to keep all my stuff together so in case I need a mount, I have one. So it went from standing on the top, like I said, like this rifle. It went from standing like this to now it's at a 45-degree angle, as you can see. And what that does, so it's like under the side rail, but it's in between the bottom and the side rail right here. And this is it from the front. And what it does, as you can see, it just tucks the light in a little bit closer to the rail so it's not bulging out and sticking out as much. Like for example, like in this one, you see how this light is sticking out crazy, and then when you compare it to this one, you can see the difference. I'm gonna find a dark spot in the house and I'm gonna compare these lights. This one is a Surefire Scout light. This one is a Surefire. It's also a Scout, but it's an old school. This one is an old Iraq war-tested Scout light right here. The old, Surefire light. That's all. I like this one. It's a vintage light. I like the look of it. I like the fact that it matches with the FDE theme that I was going with this rifle, and I like that it's a vintage light. So that's why I have it. It's actually pretty decent. It's not as bright as the newer model lights, of course, because technology advanced, but it's still a good, decent light, and it's gonna get the job done. So I'm gonna go into the garage and I'm gonna try to get some footage so you guys can see the difference in the looms and the candela with the lights. But before we get into that, I want to go ahead and break down the setup and why I set up the light like this. You'll see some guys, let me move this out of the way because it's sticking out. A lot of people like their light sticking up closer to the muzzle brake, and I mean that's decent. The reason why they do that is because they want to try to cut down on the shadowing that you get from the barrel. But for me, when I like to keep my lights kind of flush mounted with my rails just to give it a little bit cleaner look, and also to keep the light from getting all that carbon blast on it from the muzzle brake and stuff like that, just to help it so it don't dim up and smear up the light and dirty up the glass of the light. So I like to keep it a little bit back. It's still gonna get some carbon on there. It's still gonna get some carbon, but it's not gonna get as much carbon as if you look at this one. If you look at this light, you can see how it's turning black, because you see I have this one. This is how most people have the light set up, pretty close to the barrel, pretty close to the brake, so you can't get a lot of that shadowing from the barrel. But this is what happens to your lights when you have it that close. As you can see, the light is literally turning black at the end because of all the carbon from when you shoot. So that's why I like to keep my lights. I try to keep my lights as far back, as close to the rail as possible, but as far up where it's still going to be effective. So I am going to get a little bit of shadowing from the light being set up that way, but I can deal with that. It's not a big deal. I can still see what I gotta see and engage any targets. The reason why I like to have my lights set up like this, and the reason why I set the light up on this side, because people are going to probably, I know some of you guys are probably wondering, well, why didn't I just put the light on this side, or why didn't I put the light on the top, why didn't I put it on the bottom? I wanted the light right here because I can use this, the way how it's set up right now, I can use the remote and I can go ahead and I can get that C-clamp. I can go on and get that C-clamp grip, as you can see. So I have that C-clamp grip, and I can work the remote. I can work the light remote. So you see, I can work the remote with this C-clamp. Or the reason why I have it set up like this, if for some reason, if I don't want to use that C-clamp and I actually want to use a forward grip, I can actually just go ahead and push that button and activate the light. So that's the reason why I have my light set up like this. I have it on a 45 angle, sitting on the lower half of the rail. I have it like that. So like I said, if I get that C-clamp, if I'm shooting with C-clamp grip, I can go ahead and activate the light, no problem. I can go and activate the light. Or if I'm actually using the foregrip as intended, I can actually hold the foregrip and engage the light, turn it on from the foregrip. So I can turn it off on the foregrip, or if I got that C-clamp grip, I can turn on the light from this grip. So that's the reason why I have my light set up the way it is. That's why I have the remote set up on top the way it is. So like I always tell people, when you're setting up your gear, when you're setting up your rifle, make sure you have a purpose. Make sure you know exactly what you're going to be using your rifle for, how you want the rifle set up for what you're going to be using it for, and make sure that it makes sense. Make sure that it makes sense to you. It doesn't have to make sense to anybody else, as long as it makes sense for you and it works for you. That's all that matters. So I'm going to go ahead and try to set up in the basement and try to show you guys the difference in the lighting. All right, y'all, so we're here in the garage. I apologize for the sound. It's going to sound super echoey, but we're just going to have to deal with that for a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the light. And the first light that I'm going to be doing is the old school war in Iraq Surefire KM3 light. As you can see, this is it right here. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the lights, and I'm going to go ahead and shoot the Surefire light. All right, lights off. And there it is. I'm going to be standing right next to the camera, and I'm going to be standing in the same spot for all three lights. So this is the Surefire. As you can see, there's stuff in the corner over there. You can see I got some gloves, trash bags, my rake, and you can see. And look how you can barely see anything from the left or the right of it. One of my old targets, it's a garage. And so this is the old Surefire KM3, the old battle light. I'm gonna bend down, you see up there, see what we got. So, all right, so next up is gonna be the Surefire Scout light on my 300 Blackout. So this is gonna be next up. So let's go ahead and turn off the light. I'm gonna stand in the same position and flash the Surefire Scout. So this one, the beam is a little bit more brighter. It's more direct. I can see a little bit more. As you can see, there's a shadow. You can see the shadow of my muzzle. Go ahead. You can see the shadowing of my muzzle a little bit, but it's not that bad. And it's actually the shadowing from the silencer. So it's really truly not that bad, because if I remove the suppressor off of it, you're not going to see that shadowing. But that's it right there. I'm gonna look at that. Gloves, trash bag, little box of stuff. Look at the rake. And this Surefire is a little bit more brighter. It's a little bit more crisp. Go ahead and shoot it over here. So there it is, man. All right, next up is gonna be the Cloud Defense REIN 3 on my Daniel Defense on 45-degree angle. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead, turn on, and man, I could just see, I don't know if it's gonna pick it up on camera, but I feel like I can see a lot more. As you can see, there's a shadowing of the muzzle brake, so it's not that bad. And like I said, that's why a lot of people, they push their lights up so they don't have that muzzle brake shadow. It's just gonna be on light, but as you can see, it's only just a little bit. It's really not that bad. So I'm gonna try to light up the glove, and it's just a little bit more intense. You see, look at the rake, the shovel. Look over here. All right. So my quick overview of the Cloud Defense REIN 2.0. I like it. I like that it's, even though this is the full size model, as you can see, it's still not that big. It's a pretty decent size. It's still compact. I like how slim it is. I like how skinny it is. Also, what makes this light even 10 times better is when you get the Cloud Defense 45-degree offset mount, and it just makes the light hug the rail just a little bit closer, just to give you a little bit more cleaner look. I like that clean look. Everything that's going on to this rifle, everything that's going to be going into this rifle is going to be considered top of the line. I wanted to make sure that for this setup, for this rifle setup, I wanted this one to be literally my, I guess, my Gucci rifle setup. But it's not about being Gucci. It's not about bragging rights. It's not about showing off or anything. It's just about having quality gear for your kit, you know what I'm saying? And I just wanted to make sure that everything that I put onto this rifle is going to be top of the line, it's going to be top tier, and it's going to cost, you know. This one is around 366 beans and potatoes. It can run anywhere. I see them run anywhere from 380, almost 390 beans and potatoes. With everything that comes in the package, with the extra battery, with the charger, with the dual charger, and the mount, I mean, to me, it's a pretty decent, it's a pretty good deal for what you're paying for. It's an awesome company. It's very reputable. I've always wanted a Cloud Defense. They were just always super pricey, and I just couldn't see myself justifying buying it. But if you do decide to invest in a Cloud Defense REIN 2.0 or any of the Cloud Defense lines, it's going to be super worth it. You're not going to regret it. It's going to be, it's just an awesome looking light, man. When I set this light up, it just looks super cool. It just looks super awesome. It just works with the flow of this rifle, man. The finish is pretty awesome. It has a super awesome finish. I'm going to go ahead and read out the mounts. Some people are going to be asking about the mount, and I'm not going to do a complete separate video of the mount. So I'm just going to read off the specs of the mount real quick. The turret mounts. It says all turret mounts work with the Cloud Defense REIN 1.0, 2.0, 3.0. The REIN, all the micros, the 1.0s to the 3.0s. The 45-degree offset mount. It works with the Streamlight, the Tunetank rail mounts, the rail mount 2, the HL-X. So those are the mounts and rails that it works with. Durability, man, the durability. It's a CNC machine from certified 6061-T6 billet aluminum, man. It's a mil-spec type hard coat anodized finish. It's a black anodized mil-spec version. So weight of the mount itself is 0.653 ounces. And the lightweight was 7.25 ounces. So when you add that up, 0.6 ounces is still 0.7 ounces. You know what I'm saying? The light. So it's not that heavy. It's not a heavy setup. It's a pretty cool light. I love this 45-degree mount. I think it's super worth it. Like I said, if you're gonna invest in the Cloud Defense REIN, any of the series 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, you might want to think about investing another. This one was another 50 beans and potatoes for the 45-degree offsets. It's another $50. So yes, it is pricey. When you get the light, being anywhere from 350 to 390 beans and potatoes, and then you get the offset mount, that's gonna put you well over 400 beans and potatoes. Think about that for a second. It's very, very pricey, but when you get it, to me, I think it's very, very worth it. Should you go out and buy a Cloud Defense light? I mean, it just depends. I mean, if you can afford to get the light, then get it. If not, then there's other options. There's the Streamlights, you know what I'm saying? There's cheaper model Surefires. There's even the O-lights. I mean, a lot of people talk smack about O-lights, but I've never personally had any issues with the O-lights, so I'm not going to sit here and bash O-lights. A lot of people say the O-lights explode, but I've personally never had any issues with them, and I personally don't know anyone personally that had any issues with the O-lights, but they're all over the internet. People like to rant and talk trash about O-lights, but whatever, man. If that's all you can afford, then get that, and then save up, and then upgrade to a Surefire, upgrade to a Streamlight, upgrade to a Cloud Defense. Cloud Defense is kind of the cream of the crop right now when it comes to weapon-mounted lights. I know Surefire has been the long-lasting king in the military and law enforcement world, but Cloud Defense is an awesome company, and if it's not the best, it's one of the best lighting companies out there compared to Surefire and compared to Streamlight. But anyways, man, thank you guys for tuning in. I just wanted to give you guys a quick breakdown. I wanted to give you guys a quick review of the Cloud Defense. I didn't do an unboxing because when I got it, I got the light and the rifle all together, so I just wanted to put it on there. So I didn't do a legit official unboxing. I apologize. I was just super excited to just throw it on there, so I apologize for that. But I wanted to just give you guys a review of it and see how it is with when it's mounted with the 45-degree mount. See what it looks like. See if the camera will Hopefully it's in focus right there. I just wanted you guys to see what it looks like mounted on there with the 45-degree offset. As you can see, it's just hugging that rail, and it just gives it a cleaner look. It's not sticking out all crazy, and it just looks a lot cleaner, and it's just a lot easier. And also, I like it there. I like the light there because I can actually grip the light and get even a better grip on my rifle if I need to. If I have that C-clamp grip, this is how I usually grip my rifle. This is how I usually gonna grip it, with a half C-clamp type grip. But if I wanna get a full grip, I can literally just boom, and as you see, I'm gripping the light, and it feels comfortable. It actually feels like a grip. The light where it's at right now, when I grip it like that, it actually feels like a grip. So that was the reason why I placed it right there. Like I said, think about where you're placing your accessories on your rifle. Make sure it makes sense. Make sure there's a reason why you're doing it. Make sure that it's actually, you know what I'm saying? Make sure it makes sense and it actually has a purpose and it actually has a function. A couple people that messaged me and asked me they wanted to compare the size of my 300 Blackout. With the suppressor on there, it's about the same size. It's about not even a ½ inch, probably like a ½ inch. The Daniel Defense is just a ½ inch without the suppressor. But as you can see, the rail on both of them is about the same. So the 300 Blackout, it has the Sylvan Arms fold-in adapter on it, so that gives it like an extra inch. But as you can see, it's almost the same size, and this is actually considered a rifle. This is actually considered a pistol. So if I was to put this foregrip on this would now become an SBR. But right now it's in a pistol format. We're still waiting on the ATF ruling about the pistol brace. I still have my pistol brace on there until it's official and they say, you know, whatever they gotta say. But for right now, it's staying on there. But this is the side-by-side comparison. As you can see, my 300 Blackout and the Daniel Defense. This is the comparison. So they're very similar in setup, but they're very different also. So are they gonna stand? All right, they're gonna stand up there and they're gonna be nice. So they're very different, but they're very similar. So I just wanted to show you guys. Some people was asking about the comparison. As you can see here, it is. Like I said, with the suppressor on there, they're about the same. The handguard is about the same length in them. So there you have it, man. So for those of you who was asking, here's the side-by-side comparison, man. Put it on the table and scoot this one up a little bit. So there it is. There's a side-by-side comparison. This is what it looks like from the top view. Alrighty, man. That's gonna be it for today. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. Man, I'm sitting here wrestling with rifles, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this video up. So there it is, man. This is my baby. She's almost finished. The only thing that I need for this rifle to make it 1000% complete is I'm waiting for my Haley Strategic Slim Mount, and I'm probably gonna mount it right under this little piece right here. Under this little lip right here. That's probably where it's going to be mounted. That's why I have that space open for it. So it's a lot going on in my front, on the front end. As you can see, the light, then the flip up iron sight, and then the lights right there. So it's going to be a little bit, it's going to be a lot going on with the front, but it's not going to be that heavy. The Haley Strategic's sling mount is like 0.6 ounces, 0.5 ounces, so it's super light. It's not gonna really add any extreme amount of weight to the front to make this uncomfortable. But anyways, man, thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I said, I didn't do an official unboxing of the Cloud Defense REIN 2.0, but here is an actual review. Here's what it looks like on the rifle. I hope you guys enjoy, and I'm gonna see you guys in the next episode, man. But anyways, make sure you guys make sure you guys share the videos, man. Share the videos so YouTube algorithm can push our content to bring more people into the two-way gun community, because the more people that come into our two-way community, the stronger our two-way rights is gonna stay. Be greater than you were yesterday. Always be ready so you don't have to get ready. Remember, we live to train because we train to live. See you guys in the next episode, man. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure you guys turn on the bell notification so you guys get notified every time we drop another banging video. But until then, see you guys in the next episode, man. Staff Sergeant Seeley's out.